had this idea a couple years ago, and in 2024, I took that vision and brought it to life. Ascender production company was born, project that me and my best friend Ken were taking on. And the reason I titled this video Day One, in 2024, we set our foundation, but we also pretty much just took what was coming to us. This year is the year I wanna go all in. I'm done like doing side gigs. I won't be working on my other businesses during the week. I'm only gonna be doing them as hobbies. From 2017 to 2024, I was selling on Amazon using FBA, and I spent a lot of time doing that. But this year, I'm not gonna be touching my store during the week, and I'm gonna take as many hours as I can during the week to put into this company. And you guys are gonna watch me do it. I think there's something so beautiful about documenting the process from the ground up. And the reality is, right now, if you open the business checking account of Ascender production company, there's about $1,500 in there. That is what we are starting the year with. That's a reality. We did have a solid 2024 with the work that we did do. Without it being my main priority or Ken's, we just had a lot of stuff going on. This year, that's not something I'm gonna do. And I say that with confidence because that's another reason I want to document. You guys are gonna see the reality of what it's like to start this company from zero. And what I mean by that is up until this Tuesday, we had never signed any contracts with clients. We didn't sign any retainers. We really didn't handle anything officially. So this is my day one entry. Day one of building a production company. This is where we stand. Got about $1,500 in the bank account. We just signed our first real client. I'm super excited to be working with this client, and I'm gonna be taking you guys along with me to their next shoot. Aside from that, we haven't signed anyone else yet, but we do have a couple projects in the works. Ken's gonna be going to Ohio to film the Be Active crew at the Arnold, and the majority of the work we did last year was with Be Active. A lot of you guys have probably never heard of Be Active, but it's a clothing brand that blew up in 2023. But you know, the story that most people don't know is that it actually started in 2018. The guy behind all of it, Paul Piercy, is someone I met in 2023. When I started working with Jeremy Buendia, we would shoot at this dude Paul's warehouse. And the first time I met him, I remember he had a better camera than me. He had the A7 IV, I had an A6600. And I remember in 2023, I had reached kind of a breaking point / turning point. I got to that part of the process where it sucks, where you've kind of dipped your toes into something and you enjoy it, but you're not necessarily seeing the results that you expected or want to see. Kind of trying to think of like what your next move is. And there's always the option of quitting. And I really thought about quitting the job I had at the time, quitting doing videography for other people. I remember in 2023, April, I was sitting at a coffee shop editing, and I get a text from Paul, super out of the blue, and he's like, hey, I'm doing an expo for my brand. If you want to come set up with me tomorrow, I want to make a vlog. For what I was going to get paid for the project, it made absolutely no sense to do. To be completely honest, I got paid $120 for that project. The reality of starting out is that I gave a rate that might not have been the best for me, but that's besides the point because I wasn't in this for the money. Really what I thought about was, man, this guy has been running his clothing brand for 5 years now, and he hasn't blown up yet, and he's still going. He's still going hard every single day. And that brings me to the first lesson of the Ascender handbook, and that is trust the process. I texted Paul back and I said, yeah, I'm down to go to the expo with you and shoot this vlog. And the reason I said yes was because I wanted to know why he was still in this business. I wanted to know what was driving this guy to keep going when in 5 years he really hadn't seen any notable results from his company. And I remember sitting there in that 1997 Jeep that had no windows, driving down to San Jose, driving back at night. How long have we been driving for?
Fucking too long, bro.
We really didn't know each other. I remember on the drive home after the expo, I was telling Paul about how I was gonna, like quit everything I was doing. I was gonna start over, pursue my reselling business and my YouTube channel. And I remember he asked me, he was like, so if you're successful with that, you probably would never go back to shooting videos for other people, would you? And I was like, I probably wouldn't. And I just remember he said something along the lines of, oh, like it'd be a shame like for this to go to waste. Like you're like talented with this, you've got a good skill here. I just remember in the days after that conversation, I was thinking about how if I really wanted to take this seriously, I could build a business out of it. For the first time, I thought about starting a production company. It wasn't until around May 2023 that I thought about starting my own videography company, and that would combine my two passions, my passion for business and entrepreneurship that I was using to build my Amazon FBA store, but also my passion for videography and creating and helping other people. And I wish I remember more of the conversations with Ken at that time, but sometime over the course of those 2 months, we decided that we were gonna start a production company together. Ken was on that same path as me. He was building his freelance client base in Hawaii while he was getting his film degree. And he was honestly super motivating at the time. I was like working a job, making $20 an hour as a videographer and editor, and he was over here scoring all these freelance clients, upgrading camera after camera after camera. It was extremely motivating. So I was super excited to be going into business with not only one of my best friends, but also an extremely hard worker and someone that I knew.
9/16, we just finished setting up A and B cam.
Was in this for the long run with me. And that summer we did the thing. We went door to door trying to shoot free videos. We shot our first real client. We shot like some free content. We did a bunch of things, but ultimately it didn't go too far because I got consumed with one of the biggest projects of my career, which involved traveling around the US for months, documenting Jeremy Buendia's Olympia prep in 2023. And Ken was trying to finish his degree a year early, which meant he was taking extra classes. So we didn't prioritize building the company, we just focused on what we had on our plates at the time. But 2024 rolls around and we're like, hey, let's make this legit. We got the LLC, we set up a Ascender production company, we came up with a name, and at some point, the phrase rise and ascend followed and we started using that. And 2024 was an amazing year. I might not have checked off all my personal goals, but there were some really exciting ones that I got to check off. I got to fly Ken in from Hawaii to do a shoot here in SAC, and that was something that, like, dude, I mean, to be able to work on a project where I was able to work that into the budget was so awesome. It was so fulfilling being able to not only like include my friends in projects, but also give them opportunities and have them like by my side to experience these things with me.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ascender vlog here.
We got to travel over summer and do shoots, and at the end of the day, like, even if we didn't make a ton of money last year, I don't even care because those memories are gonna stick around for a long time, and we set a very important foundation for our company. It's built on doing a variety of shoots with a variety of clients and trying to combine all those takeaways, the things we learned, the things we did wrong and the things we did right, and then using those to accelerate what we're gonna do this year. And all of that circles back to April of 2023. If I didn't trust the process in that moment when I was thinking about quitting, if I didn't trust the process and follow through and just continue the journey, I wouldn't be here making this video for you guys. Trusting the process and sticking it out when it didn't look the best allowed me to be here today in a position where I get to wake up every day and be super happy with what I'm doing and also be in full control of what I'm doing. That's why 2025 is gonna be the year that this company blows up, because I'm waking up and deciding that that's the game plan this year, and I'm gonna put action behind those words. This video is gonna be the first of a series where I document what it's really like to build a company from practically zero. And when I say practically, you guys will see everything that already exists. You guys will know, I've already told you how much money we have. I already told you how many clients we have. I'm not taking any money out of the business. My main income is shooting for Jeremy. I still shoot for Jeremy Buendia, but that's outside the company. You guys are gonna see the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur, setting your own schedule, and trying to build your own company. Trust the process, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video in this series. Promise this will not be one of those videos you watch where there will not be a part 2. There's gonna be a lot more parts following. Super excited, and if you wanna see more content like this, check out the other videos I've posted, but also the videos Ken's been posting on his channel. He's also gonna be documenting his journey while he's still in Hawaii, building out our client base over there and whatever journey follows after he graduates this spring. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you very soon. Trust the process, rise and ascend.